son, she, go, work, sit, touch, cook, chew, chew each, chew me.
One more.
Right. Aju, each, me, son, she, go, work, sit, touch, cook, chew, chew each, chew me.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good, very good. Next.
Couple tips specifically on which ones? 6, right? This is very good. Everyone has this here. Hold us. Move this all together. Yeah, nice and tight. That last one's a cut down. Don't forget it's a cut down. Okay, as we retreat, it's a yoke line cut down. Careful not to bring the blade down to the floor. You want to keep the tip between the knee and leg. Okay, it looks fantastic. It looks great. It really does. Okay, so we're going to start off. The defensive side, or the close to Wasi, right? So, here. 1. This isn't just a flick of the blade. Here. Nice and solid. Elbows in, nice and solid. My blade is pointed. That's my uke. We'll turn it this way. 2. 1, 2. So, much like when we begin, as a slide or shuffle forward with that first strike, we are sliding, shuffling back. 1, 2. Move back. 1, 2. Just that far. Any questions? Peso. Yame. When you're going through this, be sure as well, make good solid posture. Okay, nice, straight up and down. So we're going to be careful not to do this here. My head's over. You can see it. Yeah, the next one's not going to come here. It's right over the top. Nice straight posture here. Cover. As I'm moving in, as I'm moving with this, right? This stays very much in my center. Yeah, moving in the center. Yeah. The next two is where we start rotating the blade. 1, 2, 3. Notice as well where my blade is too. I've seen people do it this way. It's way more comfortable. Do it here. But again, the blade is at my uke, not this way here. Other side. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Covering here. Remember, hip shot. We'll bring this way down here to the sky. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Covering, moving our feet, everything's happening at the same time. Be careful not to lean over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Peso. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop back on 5 this way here, just like this. Notice again the blade is facing my uke, not straight down. 6 of this here, here. 5, 6. What are these for?
4 and 5.
Yeah, it's 5 and 6 on the other side, right? Which consists of these cuts. 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So again, we're switching sides, switching hands. Switching hands, no, we're not switching hands, I'm sorry. Just switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is holding low here. If you notice, I'm holding slightly less than horizontal. Hold this way, it's going to bring this up. You notice, I'm almost sitting on this. Yeah, right here. You need to stop this in motion. Now, as you get used to this, you're going to learn to deflect this. So it's going to be here, and then you're going to come up and ride it up. But don't worry about that now. Here, and then other side. Notice again, I'm sitting on this. Okay? Don't just, no sissy blocks. Here. Okay? 1 through 6. Any questions? Hey, front foot. We're going to move that slightly off the line. Ukanagashi. Okay, now notice my ukanagashi is not quite as tight as what we do ukanagashi here, where the hand is over my shoulder. If you do that here and he cuts, he's just going to cut right through. Okay? The blade has to protect you here. Ukanagashi. Okay? The sharp end of the blade is actually facing this way. Okay? For the first time, it's not facing uke. Be careful, don't face it up. Which way is he cutting on 7? It's that quick yoke movement. Right? So we want to make sure that we're blade protecting us here, and it's not this way, so we're not hitting blade on blade. Protect your weapon. Protect your weapon. 2, 4, 5, 6. Step off the line. 7. Here. Ukanagashi. Do you want to do 8 with this, or do you want to just try 7? 3, 8. Step back. As we step back, we're going to invert the blade. Okay? He's coming straight up center line ski. So we're going to step back this way, and invert the blade. Cover right across. There's a couple different ways to do this, and you'll see people from time to time use a parrying type of motion this way here. You can do that, there's nothing wrong with that. I've just always had more success with that inverted blade. It does a good job of clearing the way and allowing me, it gives me center line. Rather than here, it requires a recovery for center line. Here, I own center line, I have it. It's an easy way for me to get them off center line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Notice I've cleared the hakama. I have cleared past the side. Make sure we don't just invert this. What's the problem here? He's going to get me on this side. I just pushed him to give him my entire left side. As we come off 5, 6, 7, 8. The blade is over here. It's cleared the left side. Okay, does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Make sense? Any questions? Pedozo. Just where you are. Have a seat. So the transition from 7 to 8. Okay, there's a neat trick here. So 7 from here to transition to 8. Be careful not to sweep this around this way. Okay, we want to avoid that whole motion. My hands barely move. It's the middle of the circle. My hands are the middle of the circle. 7, watch. This is going to move. My forward hand is going to cut down around my top hand here. So it becomes one motion here, bang, position. We want to avoid doing this with our arms. Okay, that makes it just creates a just wasted motion. It's extra motion, extra movement. Okay? 7, bring this down. It's going to start to rotate the blade. Look, and now I just turn my wrist over. There it is, right there. At the same time, it's cutting across already. So my hands barely move, but the blade travels all the way around. Okay, does that make sense? Hands, remember, be the middle of the circle, the center of the circle. Let this stuff rotate around you. Don't rotate around it. Make sense? Okay, Heidelzo. Ukanagashi, you're not doing Ukanagashi this way. What's wrong with this? Shoulder. This is going to change your hat size. Here. Ukanagashi. Be careful too. Ukanagashi, right? Not if they're coming overhead. It's not. Okay, here. Right here, nice and tight. I want to avoid this. Here's my shoulder here. Even if I deflect this, I just gave him my shoulder. Okay? Yeah, nice and solid on this. There. You should know, this should feel like a good Ukanagashi if you can pull the end of the ska and cut just a fantastic, nice, tight yokomen. You know you have a really good Ukanagashi. Okay? Here. If it's here and you're whacking stuff, your Ukanagashi needs work. It's resting too much on you. It's too centered. Here. Your hands go up over. Remember, the blade is what's protecting you here. Okay, so don't just, not this. I know this is more comfortable. And this is going to feel weak at first. Trust me, it won't. This is a deflection. We're not stopping it. It's not like 9, which is going to be this way here, which is just a straight overhead. Shihonage, shomanuchi, just straight on. It's just a block. Okay, it's a deflection. It's meant to deflect. It's meant to dissipate the energy. Okay, so be careful on that. All right, where are we? 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. One full step back. Here, up over your head. This is flat horizontal. This is just a showman block. Here. This is 9. What's 10? Does anybody remember? Yokomen the other way. Another step back. Ukanagashi the other way. Notice where my blade is pointing. Again, it's pointing back here. Okay, you should never Ukanagashi with your blade facing your uke. It's this way. Okay, so. 8, 9, 10. Ukanagashi the other side. Okay? Everybody got that? Do you understand? So it's 2 steps back. So we're going to go from 7, 8, step full back. 9, step full back. 10. Notice the blade is rotating in front of me. Be careful not to fall into the trap where you start here. This is nice and tight. You worked on this. Everybody's got this nice and tight. A good grip here. And then we go ahead and drop back. And look, it's still in front of me. Up. And then you're open through that whole transition. Okay, you want to keep the blade in between you and your kick. Okay, it's just like a fight. Keep your hands between you and your opponent. They don't do any good if I'm fighting Vlad and they're out here. Right? Keep them between us. We want to keep them between us. So 7, 8, 9. You can see transition here. I'm keeping him back. Here. 9. Horizontal. This is a strong overhead shot that's coming in. 9. 10. Ukanagashi. Other side. Okay? Any questions?
That last one is against Kisagiri, right? That there was a showman and then a Kisagiri is coming next. That's why that, or am I off?
8, 9,
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
It should be Yokoman.
Yokoman.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah, it's Yokoman is like Kisagiri. Kesakai.
Yeah, it's, yeah, crossed. Okay, yeah, I can see it. I understand what you're talking about, yes. Yep, good. Any other questions?
There's a lot of options, but just an overhead block for showman, so it doesn't seem like it's strong.
We don't use that for showman.
Okay.
But it is a block that may someday,
Yep.
you may have to use it.
Yep.
So that's why it's in there. Yep. We don't, really, for showmen here, what are we gonna do? We're gonna drop that right down into Kukanagashi. But for this particular scenario, we're teaching, this has all the strikes, all blocks. And it's just meant to teach you reflexes. So in each one of these, they look like, right? We turn all of these things into deflections. Just like we start out 1, 2, and it's really forceful. But once you start using this, once you start getting used to it, that's not what it looks like. It looks like this type of motion. It's that, and that's great. That's where you want to go. That's why this is a reflex development type of form. It's meant to start you off so that you can use these positions right away, and as you get used to them, they will develop into deflections. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, one quick one. With the overhead showman block, are you taking the edge off that when you roll it, so they kind of
Yes.
lift?
Yeah.
So it's not
Don't
a
hit
blunt.
don't hit blade on blade, they'll cut right through.
Right, so
Yeah.
that might take the blunt off.
Yeah. So again, 7, 8, 9. Look where I'm pointing. It's back this way. I don't know if everybody can see it. It's back this way. So I'm hitting. He's making contact with, again, the side of the blade. Okay. The side of the blade. We don't want to do it this way. Now you're betting your sword maker is better than his.
Guarantee it's not.
Okay. Let's not play those odds. Make sense?
Yes.
Good, excellent questions. Any other questions? Right so. Okay, so up to 11. Does anybody remember what 11 is? On the other side? Big, ugly. Frustrating. I'm giving you everything I got. It's not even katana worthy. It's really just an act of frustration, right? It's overcommitted and it's overreaching, and you have to know how to deal with that stuff, right? So, start from 7 here, 8, 9, 10. There is, remember, it's coming straight in. You can parry this as well. We do something a little bit in between on this one here. A parry here would look something like this here. We're going to keep our blade high. Okay, we're not going to drop it low. We're going to keep our blade high. Okay, so as we step back from here, it's going to cut this way. And I'm just going to get underneath the blade and guide it by. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right here. Okay, 12, I'm going to step again off the line. My front leg's going to come off the line. Ukanagashi. Okay, that's your final uke nagashi. And this is the way we like to do uke nagashi. What's the 12 movement? Showman.
Showman.
This is the way we like to do with uke nagashi. Not straight on block. We actually uke nagashi that bad Larry. You notice we're getting off the line, uke nagashi, and we can strike to clear. Or take the Achilles. One of the cool things about this is once you get to step 12, you get here, you come off the line, you can strike at the Achilles just to clear the space. And now I can take the offensive and do the form the other way. And then you switch and come back. And then you switch and come back. So you can continuously do this. Okay? It's a great way to practice it. So you just clear from that uke nagashi on 12, where you're just stepping back and clearing space. It's meant to, everybody's seen this, right? Yeah. The Achilles strike. Okay, so from 7, let me put this over here so you can see the other side. So from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, clearing blade. Notice I'm getting up underneath the blade. This should feel like I'm getting up underneath the blade so I can flick it away if I need to. Why do we do that? Because if I really want to end it from here, all I'm going to do is go funakogi ichi and cut. When I get up underneath the blade, cut if I have to. If I go up underneath the blade and I don't like the way it's going, I can feel the momentum kick and it goes back the other way. Guess where I'm going anyway? Okay. So, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, turn, and now I go offensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the other side's doing the defensive portion before. Any questions? Right, zone.
Starting from 7.
What's that? You can start from 7.